The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a great game, and many people, including myself, are hoping that the sequel, which we currently don't have a title for, will be just as good. But how should Nintendo execute this? Well, I will be discussing that in this video. But before we begin, I want to clarify that these are just my opinions, and you very well might not agree with them. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video. I think most of us could agree that Breath of the Wild was kind of lacking in the dungeon aspect. It had shrines, the 4 divine beasts, the divine trial, and that's all. Now don't get me wrong, these were great. They worked well in the game's format, but left a lot to be desired for older fans of the franchise. I don't know about you, but I very much miss the classic Zelda dungeons, and I'm hoping that Breath of the Wild 2 can bring them back, even if it's just in a small way. In my opinion, the best part of Breath of the Wild is its expansive world. It seemed wherever you looked, there was something to do or discover. Whether it was a side quest, a shrine, a Korok, or something entirely different. It seemed there was always something to find. And the probability is that Breath of the Wild 2 will use Breath of the Wild's world. Now, even though this isn't guaranteed, it is probable. Now anyway, my hope is that Nintendo will find a way to make the world feel fresh. I'm confident they will do this due to the Sky Islands we saw in the latest trailer, and the underground exploration that was hinted in the first trailer. Speaking of refreshing Breath of the Wild's world, what better way to do so than adding underwater exploration? This would open up so many possibilities for puzzles and maybe even dungeons. There could be a dungeon in Lake Hylia, or even under Zora's domain. Even if we were only allowed to explore in certain areas, it would still open up the game a lot. Though, I'm not sure the water temple needs to return. I think I'm alright with that staying in previous games. There are only about 10 different common enemies and 3 mini-bosses in all of Breath of the Wild, including different forms. And this is a really good amount. But when it comes to the sequel, there needs to be new enemies, even if it's just a few. Now, as of this video, it seems we will be getting some for sure, because in the newest trailer we saw 2 enemies along with the different bokoblins and moblins, being the snake-like monster and the stone talus with a monster camp built onto it. Though Breath of the Wild had lots of things going for it, its story was not one of them. I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me when I say that it felt bland and focused too much on what happened in the past. It seemed that the whole story of Breath of the Wild happened before the actual game. So hopefully, Breath of the Wild 2 can fix that with a story that is more engaging and exciting. Weapons. They break way too often. I am sick of spending 20 plus minutes finding good weapons for them to break after fighting a couple strong enemies. No wonder people use the Master Sword so often. So please, either give us more durable weapons or a way to make them more durable. This could be with a shop of some kind that could upgrade weapons using materials, or crafting. This leads me to my next point. Breath of the Wild already has cooking, so why not add crafting? With crafting, Link could upgrade his weapon's durability, craft items, craft armor, craft weapons, and who knows what else. Honestly, with all the materials Breath of the Wild already has, it doesn't seem like it would be too hard to add. Maybe either Robbie or Purah could teach Link how to do so, and then he can use various crafting tables around Hyrule to use. And maybe, just maybe, we could craft Terraco. For how big Breath of the Wild's Hyrule is, it doesn't have many settlements. There are only 8 towns and small buildings scattered throughout the world, most of which have become ruins. So my hope is that they take some of these ruins and build them back up. It would also be cool to see Hyrule Castle rebuilt and various settlements expanded. Maybe Hateno Village is expanded in order to house more people, or Zora's Domain expands her colony underwater. There are definitely lots of options. And finally, I want to learn more about Link's character. Even if he still doesn't speak, a good way to do this would be by giving him some type of journal. much like King Roman's journal or Zelda's diary. Maybe after every quest, we get to see what Link's thoughts were on it. On the same note, it would be great to see Link's family. Maybe among meeting them, he unlocks memories of his childhood, furthering our understanding of Link's life. Thanks a bunch for watching. Sorry this video is a couple days late. I've been pretty busy lately and underestimated how long this video would take. Also, feel free to leave a comment below with your host for Breath of the Wild 2. I would love to see all of your thoughts. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been Simply Zelda.